Welcome to my channel. I'm Kira from KiraWoods.com. Thank you so much for joining me. This is your monthly tarot card reading for March 2016. So, what I've drawn for you here is a helper card for the month, and it is the Strength card, which is Major Arcana number 8. And I've also drawn a card for each week of the month. And I've decided to draw 5 for this month because it's one of those months where the weeks sort of cross over. So you'll also find that I will go through each of the combinations of the helper card with each weekly card in an individual video for each week as well. So you can check that out under my weekly tarot card reading. So for the monthly reading, this is just an overview of having a bit of a look to see what this month of March is going to be like for you. So the first thing I'd like to note when I drew these cards was that how balanced it is. You know, we have each of the elements presented. We have each of the suits. So we have the cups here to represent the heart. We have the wands, which is your passion. We have our pentacles, which is the earth realm. And we have the swords, which is about your thoughts. We also have 2 major arcanas. And so the other thing I like to note is that also we have elements of the importance of the unconscious and the wisdom of the unconscious being shown very much by the Hermit and the Strength card, as well as our day-to-day worldly activities and the importance of our engagement in this life, which you're going to see very much, particularly in the Pentacles here and the Court cards. So it's a very well-balanced month, well-balanced reading. So I'm going to think of words like integration, harmony, balance, bringing together, being really mindful of all our resources, both our internal, our external, as well as being aware of our conscious information and knowledge and wisdom, as well as our unconscious. And how is all that fitting in our life, and how is that influencing our situations and the particular opportunities that may be around you. So just very briefly, this helper card, which is the Strength card here, this is the card that kind of gives you an overlying information around the type of energy that wants to promote for you some level of opportunity or some sort of lesson to be learned. And the energy of the Strength card in reference to that is very much around looking at how you are bringing up and acknowledging maybe some of the hidden unconscious driving forces in your life. In particular, any that may be needing to be acknowledged in terms of them being, you know, fear, or whether they are being something passionate that you've been denying, or an emotion that you've been denying, or perhaps something to do with your sexuality. So it's around anything that it's very much about the fundamentals of living on this earth and living in this body. And how well are they balanced in your life? How well are you acknowledging them? And, you know, are you paying attention to your passions and your drive and your you know, that inner power and what are you doing with it? Are you aware of it, and what are you doing with it? And so here the Strength card is coming to you to sort of remind you that these inner resources and this power dynamic is a tremendous asset to you. If you can tap into it, if you can face it, if you can see it as a strength and not something that should be pushed away, then you'll really be able to make a positive change and utilize it in the situations that are a part of your life at the moment. So think of this card, this overarching card of opportunity, of lesson around the balance and harmony of your mind, your body, your spirit, around being aware of where your true passions lie, what are your real emotional situation, what's your unconscious, what's coming up, are you letting it flow through? Pay attention to it, don't try and just bury it if that's what you've been doing. It's a great opportunity to let it all go, to free yourself from anything that maybe you've been holding on to. Is it still of any relevance. If you have been a bit unwell, there's wonderful physical vitality with this energy, so you can really use that to really move forward. If you've got a health issue, it's around maybe finding that new person that can help you. It particularly as you're going to, I feel, look at in the first or the second week of the month, find maybe that new approach to your health problem, maybe finding that expert that can give you some advice. But it's around, finding those resources, both internal and external, to really help you have this new sense of integration. Now, as you look into the first week of the month, the Hermit has come along. Now, the Hermit, again, is another major arcana. It's number 9. It's a very important number 9, because it's the last number. It's around the endings. It's around finally, there's 10 is often seen as the endings, but I really think 9 is that pivotal point. And here the Hermit has come to the top of the mountain and is looking at this lantern of true wisdom and knowledge of what has been gained. And this Hermit looks upon the Strength card, and the Strength card is wanting to enhance this Hermit. It's that pause between the breath when you really realize something, when you have this true sense of knowing about your situation, about where you have been and where you want to go. So as you sort of open yourself to this inner connection with yourself and the Hermit, it's that Virgo energy of being very grounded around really seeing the vision for what it is. It's a 9, so it's part of also the Empress and her wisdom coming in, because it's the 3 by 3. It's around the unity of the mind, body, and spirit. And the Strength card is also about the unity of the mind, body, and spirit. So these two together really, really want to bring you to ask yourself questions like, where do I need to really listen to myself? Where would I benefit from listening maybe to my own counsel? Is there a person around me who is giving me wisdom, and am I listening to it? Where does my inner life want to go? Where is my inner life trying to share with me maybe the things that have been holding me back? Is there a fear? Is there a passion I've had that I've not followed, and is it actually holding me back? These are the questions you may be asking yourself. So as you feel this energy of this Hermit, search for greater knowing and understanding in your life in this first week. Look for the answers within. Know and believe in the truth of your own understanding and your own wisdom and knowing. It's a time for reflection, as I said, but that can just be truly the pause moment between activity. All activity needs reflection. It doesn't need to go right off into a mountain and have true solitude, although you may want to have a break and get away. It may be you want an hour or two here, and you may want to go do a little creative art project. Fabulous. But it doesn't need to be that too in your busy lives. It truly can just be taking a moment to take a breath, doing some yoga, maybe doing some meditation if you can, or during your lunch break, go for just a quiet walk, and really take a moment to realize you need that balance between the doing, the activity, and the reflection and the pause. It's about the awareness that you can draw in this week to truly seek the wisdom and knowledge that you need. If you do not have it within, you will find it will come from outside you, but you must be open to listening to it, to accepting it, to being aware of it. It's this new sense of acute awareness, and in our busy lives sometimes we can have our day-to-day activities and all the chaos around us in the world shadow our true inner wisdom and awareness. So where you feel a sense of wanting to really look for the answers in some sort of introspective way, that is the Hermit wanting to speak to you. So grab it. Grab this opportunity for transition. Listen and look for that leader within or internal or external. Listen to the unconscious and be aware of the pathway that is trying to be illuminated for you, particularly in any difficult situation or transitional situation that you might be in. The second week of the month, the King of Swords has come along. So we've got our first court card, the King of Swords. You know, the King of Swords is the king of all intellect and knowing and wisdom and communication, both internal and external. So I think of the king as, you know, it's inspiration and clarity. It's around your internal monologues that go along. It's around getting to the truth of the matter or the heart of the matter. It's maybe finding the language to tell the story, finding the language to truly say what you want to say, finding logic and reason in your situation or opportunity, being able to articulate that. You know, so it's real mind acuteness and awareness and clarity. You know, it's when communication truly is a wonderful asset to you. The king is the king of the realm of the swords, and therefore the realm of the intellect, the mind, and the communication. You know, so you might find that you really feel a great sense of wanting to share some sort of knowing or intellect. You might be drawn to listening or being aware of others who have some information to share with you. You might truly suddenly see the truth of some situation. You know, the king is around somewhat the wisdom that is needed for emotional detachment at certain points in our lives. Sometimes you can't truly assess a situation and have an objective view unless you truly look at it with some level of emotional attachment. You may seek out somebody who truly represents that emotional attachment because they have the knowledge and wisdom that they want to impart upon you, like a lawyer or a tax agent or a solicitor or a financial advisor. You know, they truly have that, they want to apply their knowledge, their skill, their knowing, and they want to put that in best use in your situation. You know, they may or may not truly emotionally connect. They won't connect emotionally to your situation, but that's okay. You don't want them to. You just want the knowledge. You want the wisdom. You want to be able to be clearly communicated impartially. You want to know the right advice. You can trust that it will be the right advice and that will be something that will serve you to listen to. In the third week of the month, we've got the Ace of Cups. Now we've got this wonderful love, pure love and heart energy coming into your life for the month. So here, this is around now, you know, it's like you've gotten the knowledge, you've gotten the intellect, you've got the wisdom, you've got the communication, you've got some part of your unconscious self that maybe has been a bit blocked, really flowing, and now the heart comes in and says, here is a blessing from the universe. We are emotional beings. This is around the possibility of acknowledging or engaging with some sort of new sense of heartfelt interaction. That can be with a person, with a project, with a situation. But it's about, we are emotional beings. Our heart is very important. It's like even when the King of Swords is there, it's not that your heart's not there. It's that you are paying acute attention to your intellect. In the following week, so now in the third week of the month, the intellect's still there, but now the heart wants to really let you know what the heart of the matter wants to share. And it comes as a blessing to you, a blessing from the universe. This is where you might say spirit and physical plane comes together. That intersection, so that there's an opportunity for a divine message to be shared with you in your particular situation or opportunity. It's around connecting with that and allowing that to be. It's around being aware of it and acknowledging it when you feel it, when you see it, and you will feel it. That's the key. And it will come, though, from having paid attention to your acute knowledge around particularly situations that have arisen or developed the previous week. And through this divine message, you will feel some sort of creative expression. You will feel some sort of interpretive knowing. You may want to take on a creative project. You may feel some sort of beginning new passion or love or happiness around something. You may feel an abundance of true inner power and strength. You may be aware that through the work that you've done, that you can rely on the honesty and compassion from yourself and others in a particular situation, so you can trust that and be open to it. You may find you can now have a heart-to-heart communication with someone that is important to your situation, or that you can just share more openness and a sense of unconditional love and sort of an unreserved emotional connection with someone or something, whether that be to yourself or to another. In the fourth week of the month, the Page of Wands has come to join us. Now, look, the Page of Wands is around acute awareness and inspiration. It can be very luck can flow your way. An opportunity or some sort of excitement of something new will arise. I always like to think when I see the Page of Cups, that's the page hasn't experienced a lot in life, so there's not a lot of fear around what has happened. It's like the baggage of the past doesn't exist for a moment, and we can truly just be abundantly excited about this new passionate adventure, this new sense of my personal power or how I want to engage in the world. And so the old material burdens are not present in this moment when you feel this, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you don't have the wisdom of the past and the past learning. It's that sometimes we need that true sense of this new enthusiasm, and let's go for it, the sudden creative spark. When I always think with the page, I think the words, I can see it, I can do it. And it's that excitement about possibilities. But it is a seed, and a seed must be given nourishment, it must be given water, it needs sunlight, it must be given attention. When I see this Page of Wands, I think I have the freedom to choose something new, particularly if I've accepted this blessing, this heartfelt blessing, and if I've been acutely aware of my intellectual knowing of the previous 2 weeks, then I can truly enter this new unexpected embrace this unexpected news and know that it brings a message of inspiration. So both this third and fourth week, there are messages coming to you, so listen for them. In the fifth week of the month, which sort of also crosses half over into April, the King of Pentacles has come to join us. So the King of Pentacles is around the king. It's a king again. And so I find it interesting, we've got these 2 kings, the intellectual king on the second week, and now the last week of the month, the King of Pentacles. The king is the natural born manager. The king is business orientated and highly enterprising. So if you're working in your own business, or if you started a new project, or if you're engaged in some sort of financial transaction, you can really feel confident here. Utilize your sense of knowing of what has worked before, and trust in that. The king will want to follow things, bring about safety and security, do things that are sound, so that worldly success of the past will influence the current and the future. It's around feeling material satisfaction and fulfillment and ambition. Financial stability is around the king. So the king, because he has already accomplished those things and therefore is quite abundant, wants to share with others, and so wants to improve the quality of life around. So look for opportunities where you can share your knowledge, your wisdom, your resources with others. And that doesn't necessarily just mean financial. It could be your wisdom, as it could be your knowing. It could be teaching somebody something, sharing a piece of your knowing, your wisdom. How have you done it? It could be around you perhaps sharing your resources in terms of your financial wealth as well. But remember, this King of Pentacles has gotten with this wealth of knowledge and knowing and resources through methodical planning and well thought out approach, because that's where the success has come from. Therefore, that is where the success will lead you forward. So the tried and tested is indicating is not something to throw away. Even though during the month you've probably made many changes and embraced some new things, what you know to be true is still of value and importance here. It's about combining the new with the knowledge of the old. It's around the experiments of the past have taught you what you know today. So rely on that and listen to it. It calls you to still remain and be pragmatic, particularly in practical matters. You know, if something's too good to be true, it really is, particularly in a financial situation. You know, that still, don't throw out that piece of wisdom because you're feeling suddenly very inspired about this new opportunity. Take that previous wisdom and apply it to the new opportunity. Focus on improvement, particularly on any self-improvement or anything related to work or your finances, and you will find you will see the key to your success, and therefore a success of the future and the outcome that you might desire. Focus on being very real and being strong, being very practical, manifesting your goals, remembering the planning that is always needed for goals to truly reach their greatest potential. Feel that you can build on something that you already know to be true and rely on that. And therefore, particularly in any engagement with systems in the world like banks or social norms or financial institutions or legal situations, you know, really put your hat on that knows what it knows and what is tried and true in your situation and that which you have learned through the wisdom of others. If you are in a pickle of a situation, particularly a financial situation, use your head around listening to and following the advice of anyone that you may have sought out to give you expert advice, particularly anyone that you engaged with in the second week of the month. So, hope you find that really useful. As I said, I'll go through each of them more specifically around how the Helper card of Opportunity and Lesson interacts with the weekly card through my weekly reading, so check those out. If you'd like a private reading, please connect up with me through my Facebook page at Kira Woods Tarot or on my website at kirawoods.com. Please like and share my videos and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Please go write me a review on my Facebook page. That would be absolutely fantastic. And also, if you feel like just making contact, you can, again, through my website or through Facebook. Thanks so much. Have an absolutely dynamically wonderful week, and I'm looking forward to it for myself. So I wish you the same and all the very best. Cheers. Bye.